Welcome everyone inside the Dome for the men's volleyball home opener. The Rams take on the Crusaders from North Greenville University here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello everybody, my name is Bailey Engel. Glad to have you here once again on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams coming off of their first win of the season, and after a tough year last year, head coach Ray Vance in his first season already ready to give Bluefield their first win. But this will likely be one of their bigger tests on the year, taking on a Division II team coming from Greenville, South Carolina. The Crusaders already pretty hyped to be here at this point. 1-3 on the year. A couple of those losses coming against very good teams, including one against Ohio State from Columbus, Ohio, just a few weeks ago. And now going up against an NAIA side headed by Ray Vance, a guy coming out of Richmond, Virginia. He's coached for RVCA there, and now trying to bring a winning product to Bluefield. Might need some time to do that, but a player to watch out for the Rams, Alberto Chiapparini, the sophomore coming out of Brazil. He had 13 kills yesterday against the Milligan College Buffaloes, and now trying to do that on the outside of the net here today against the Crusaders. Got to look out for them. Jackson Gilbert in the loss against Lindenwood College, he had 13 kills for the Crusaders, and this is a team with a little bit more size than the Rams, a little bit more athleticism, so it's really a good starting point to see where this team is at for Ray Vance.
Let's go, boys.
First serve will be for Chaz Frankie, the junior from New Jersey. And we are underway with a service error. And Frankie actually an assistant for the women's volleyball team, and coached by Buddy Gallimore, also in attendance. Now it's 1-0. Here's the serve for Grayson Lawrence. Set. Chiapparini blocked to the net. And already a 2-0 start for North Greenville. Going to be a tough one here in Bluefield. As they move on throughout the season, we'll face a little bit more teams that are on their caliber as another set goes across. And the first point of the match for Arion Leary. Leary, the junior from Suffolk, Virginia. So now 2-1. Serve from Chiapparini. On the other side, great dig for Cardamone. Another chance. A bit more speed in the men's game here. Once again, on the outside, and another kill for Jackson Gilbert. 6'6" sophomore from Columbus, Ohio. Already 3-1. It was a Bluefield team last year that only won one set, so now trying to improve upon that. On the serve going right back to North Greenville, and it will go with Ben Hampshaw. Spike and a block. That's going to be a tough tower to get across. Matthew McManaway, senior from Mount Vernon, Ohio, makes it 4-1. Now North Greenville headed by Dr. Fred Battenfield. Just tipped over the net, and Bluefield can't answer. There's a kill for Aaron Campbell. You're already seeing a lot more height. The middle blocking for North Greenville, you got Matthew McManaway there. He's 6'7". And then for Bluefield, really their tallest players on the bench right now, Matthew Mazza at 6'6". Well, the service error gives Bluefield a chance to serve once again. It's 2-5. I'll speak of him, and now he shows up, Matthew Mazza, freshman from Virginia Beach, Virginia. The serve going right over for Carleek Owens. Frankie over the net. Set. Spike from Gilbert, and a kill. Well, the athleticism really is there for North Greenville as more fans start to pile their way in here on a Friday night. Have a doubleheader in basketball at the Dome tomorrow as well. Down the line. Meza, what a dig on the other side by King. Gilbert. Frankie almost went into the stands, lost the ball in the dome, and now it's 7-2. That's a North Greenville team that is really wanting to win after losing 2 in a row. Went to Nashville for a tournament and got swept there. Now here in Bluefield playing against an NAIA squad. Frankie. Blocked. Once again for Gilbert, off the head of Chipperini. Wow. He gives a thumbs up. He seems to be okay, but that had to hurt him. What a kill, 8-2. So the serve stays with Aaron Campbell. Well, the spike knocked his shoes untied. Here we go. Frankie. Clark with a right hand. Down the line, out of bounds. Rough start for Bluefield, 9-2. Oh, a timeout call by Ray Vance. That brings us to our first break. 9-2 here in set 1. North Greenville on top. (9-2) set 1. North Greenville on top here. Only kill for Bluefield has been from Arion Leary, the Suffolk, Virginia native. Chipperini, he'll get a kill that time. No answer on the back line for Dustin King, the libero. So now 9-3 and Bluefield gets a chance. Chipperini, a guy that has to show a lot of toughness. Right before the break, he got smacked right in the side of the face. That insult to injury off of the kill from Jackson Gilbert. Now Ray Vance talking with the officials here. And now Vance is saying that the meter lines are a little too long. I'm not 100% sure what we would have to do about that right now. Well, the confusion really has taken over here in the Dome. It's still 9-3. Rams looking to serve. It's Arion Leary. Take a look at that win yesterday for Bluefield. 3-0 over Milligan College. 14 kills for Chipperini. On the assist side, Chas Franqui with 24. Then Lucas Leder, the Brazilian, also getting it done on the defensive side with 4 digs. I'll just loft it over. Gilbert again with a roll shot, and he splits Bluefield. 10-3. You see, for a good amount of these Bluefield players, some of them actually play other sports. If you look at a guy coming off of the bench, Ricardo Yanez, he actually plays soccer. As that serve absolutely sails out of the doors. Jackson Gilbert just a tad too much oomph on that. Now 10-4, Bluefield catches a break. Now Taswick serving, here's Lasharo Clark. The set, McMahon away, and get a full hand on it. Chipperini blocked, but the ball goes out of bounds. Point Bluefield, 10-5. Well, if you ask Ray Vance, he knew he has a lot of things to work on with his team, but Chipperini, a guy with already a good amount of raw talent to get some momentum going for the Rams moving early on. Just like that, Lasharo Clark just fouls one off, basically, 11-5. Ricardo Yanez coming in for Lasharo Clark. Yanez coming out of Honduras, his senior, standing in at 5'7". McManaway with a serve, and it goes right over the back line. Another break for Bluefield. Barrow checks back in. Cardamone to serve for the Rams. Set, spike. And a kill that time for Ben Hamshow. Can't stress enough, folks, North Greenville, the size is just there for the Crusaders. Aaron Campbell at 6'5", going up against a guy setting up in the middle for Bluefield. That's Frank Key, who isn't as tall as that for sure. Chipperini crossing the court with another kill. Now Frank Key to serve. The Rams hanging tough, just down by 5. Campbell. Frankie, back to Leary. Good block. Attacking the back line and into the stands. A point for North Greenville. Going right back to the Crusaders here. Grayson Lawrence. Jump serve. Frankie. Chipperini getting the energy back into the building, attacking the block. It just didn't matriculate for North Greenville. Now 13-8, lead back to 5. Four kills now for the Brazilian as he lofts a serve over the net. Off the foot, and they're trying to chase it. What a valiant effort for Chipperini, but there was no chance. Another kill for Aaron Campbell. Now substitution, checking in Silas Jenkins, defensive specialist from Midlothian, Virginia. He'll serve. The set, Leary rolls it over. Actually hit the official there, and now point for Bluefield as the ball goes out of bounds. Mazza going in for the middle block position. Now back in for North Greenville, Ben Hamshow. Another serve for Carleek Owens, who also plays soccer for Bluefield. As Owens just powers one straight into the net. Going right back in is Cardamone. (15-9) now the score. Going back with Rajba, the serve for North Greenville, a guy coming from Addison, Illinois. Tipped over for Mazza. Gilbert can't find the ball over the net. A point for Bluefield. Now this team's still just trying to learn how to play together, and if they can finally get some sort of chemistry developing with a new coach that was only hired about a month and a half before the season started, Rams might have a better program moving on. As McManaway just sends one straight into the Bluefield bench. 15-11, Arion Leary serve for the Rams. Another service error. Oh, Leary looks like he's just trying to loft it a little bit over. 16-11. Right back to Jackson Gilbert. What an attack with the right arm, but just too much. A lot of power for North Greenville. They can just not calibrate it. And the Rams only have 5 kills. 4 of them coming from Chipperini. Bulldog to set. Attacked that time by Grayson Lawrence. Going back the other way. Chipperini off the block. Gilbert keeps it alive. Frankie. Chipperini again. Point Bluefield. Rams back within 3. Serve for Clark. Lawrence down the line. Point for the Crusaders. That sends a little bit of the air out of the Rams' sails. Now 17-13. Yanez checking back in for Losharo Clark. Backwards to Mazza. Dig. Frankie. Finesse move over the net. Tipped over. And a point for North Greenville's Ben Hamshow. Now the 6'7 sophomore with another kill. And the serve returns with North Greenville's Dustin King. 18-13. The Rams had cut it down to 16-13. Mazza with a left hand. Nothing they can do about it. Point for Bluefield. Oh, the freshman checks out. Brings Carleek Owens back in. On the 7-5-7 connection between the both of them. Mazza coming out of Virginia Beach and Carleek Owens from Portsmouth. Cardamone with a service error. 19-14. Checking back in for the Crusaders, Aaron Campbell, as Rajba goes off. Now the serve for the setter, Bulldog. Way too much over the back boundary. And really, that's a big part of why the Rams have been able to keep into this first set. A lot of errors for North Greenville. See if the Rams can force the Crusaders to play out of position. Brings the ball back into the middle. Bulldog over the net. Owens just couldn't calibrate, and a point for North Greenville. 2015 just 5 away for a first set victory for the Crusaders. Back on the other end, here's Grayson Lawrence. Owens gets it off the block. Bluefield with another point. Brings it back to a 4-point deficit. Sharo Clark back in. Yanez off. Kind of a defensive specialist for Bluefield. Now Chiapparini, actually a manager for the basketball team as well. So always in the dome. Bluefield couldn't hold the block down. A point falls for the Crusaders, 21-16. In his serve now, Silas Jenkins, as Ben Hamshow has taken off. Straight in the air. Cardamone with the right hand. Well, just not enough on it. 22-16. North Greenville in command. A timeout call by Ray Vance. 22-16. Set 1. Crusaders on top. Well, both teams struggling to get the ball over the net. 5 service errors for North Greenville as well as Bluefield. So if you look at that deficit, 6 points already, but without those service errors, North Greenville might have wrapped up set 1 already. I'm just trying to warm up here in the Dome. Rams with 8 kills overall, 5 of them going from Alberto Ciapparini. So the sophomore coming out of Brazil already showing that he could be a volleyball star. Silas Jenkins ready to serve. Frankie. Clark down the line, point Rams. Cardamone checking off, and Aaron Campbell goes on the outside. Hamshow coming in to serve. Or rather, taken out. Here is Carleague Owens straight over the net. And Cardamone Bright back on. 23-17. Let's make that 6 service errors for the Rams. Here's Rajba for North Greenville. Mazza going across the court with the left hand, straight in the middle of the net. Second kill for the freshman. Well, at 6'6", he's really the only big, tall player that the Rams have. Ciapparini's at 6'3". And 7 service errors for the Rams. 24-18, set point. Gilbert. Kept alive by the foot of Frankie. Wow. McManaway. He'll end it, though. As Leary slides into the bleachers. Set 1 goes for North Greenville. 25-18. We're going to take a break as they switch sides here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. 1-0 Crusaders over top of Bluefield as the Rams and the Crusaders really struggle to get the ball over the net. Service errors so plenty on both sides. 5 for the Crusaders and 7 for Bluefield. Now, if you're North Greenville, a Division II side with a little bit more talent and athleticism, it's really something if your head coach Fred Battenfield you want to try to mop up on here in the next couple of sets. On the Bluefield side, they're able to roll shot and save in the air. Campbell crossing court and leaving a Raider on the hard 1-0. Already a tough one for Bluefield. Bulldog will serve. Frankie. Chipperini. What a play. Almost dug out by Dustin King. That's the ball went into the net. There was no opportunity to save that ball. Tied up at 1-1 now. Chipperini, a guy that starting to make a stance. He serves the ball straight over the net. Once again, on the other side for North Greenville, Ben Hamshow. Serve going back to North Greenville, Grayson Lawrence. Well, a couple of the losses as a dig falls for Chipperini. Can't keep the ball alive from Masharo Clark, though. For the Crusaders, they've lost to teams like Ohio State, coming out of the Big Ten, and then also losing to Grand Canyon University. And that's a team that was ranked number 13 in Division II. Well, the point falls for Bluefield, makes it 3-2. Hey fans, don't forget 2 basketball games tomorrow as Point University comes to town. Got a doubleheader right here at the Dome. Skyhawks playing the Rams women at 2 o'clock, and then probably right around 4:15, the men's game about to go underway tomorrow. Leder with a serve. Leary with a right hand. Tipped over. What a dig from Frankie, but just dunked over the net by Jackson Gilbert. Makes it 4-2 now. Here's Ben Hamshow. Well, North Greenville coming out guns a-blazing in set 2. Clark blocked, kept alive. Leary. Well, he's dunked over this time by McManaway. Hard to get over that 6'7" tower. Another point for North Greenville at 5-2. On the serve for Hamshow. Leary can't keep it in bounds. Serve will stay with Hamshow. Service error. And it looked like North Greenville had mopped those up, but not just yet. 6-3. Take a look at that Rams schedule moving on later in the season. Got a game on Monday at Cincinnati Christian, and then the next day go to Kentucky to play against Campbellsville. McManaway slams the ball over, 7-3. Those are a couple of games that Bluefield can start to try to pile up moving into more NAIA teams against Cincinnati Christian, then back here on the penultimate day of the month against St. Andrews. Frankie over to Mazza. McManaway. The set. Leary blocked. Gilbert right down the line. Nobody there for the Rams. Well, Jackson Gilbert, as prescribed, he had 13 kills in the last game against Lindenwood, and now 8 already. Leder trying to set up Clark. He'll get another chance. Well, the middle blocker just punishing Bluefield now, 9-3. The size just there, and North Greenville just laughing. They're confident coming into the Dome after a couple of tough losses. And the Rams really trying to measure up against a Division II school. Clark has failed on the roll shot. Back on the other end for Rajba. Sends the ball over. And just plunked over by Jake Bulldog. Well, the lead has jumped out to 8 for North Greenville. Clark again. This time it falls, just splits the block of Bulldog and McManaway, and Bluefield makes him pay for it, 11-4. Oh, now the Pittsburgh native will serve. Here's Bulldog. Manaway. Ciparini off his back foot, couldn't keep it alive, straight off of the foot of Ledur. A substitution, Yanez back in. This will be a good test for the Rams as they move into NAIA play. North Greenville already coming out with monstrous serves as Jackson Gilbert just couldn't keep that one in bounds. 12-5. And these are the types of games that really Ray Vance has to expect. A team that really comes in not knowing how, or the culture of winning, and now playing against a team like North Greenville that just has that athleticism on their side. It can be tough. Now 13-5. Now the middle blocker serves. Targeting Ciparini. Blocked once again. Owens back to his outside hitter. This time it falls. Cuts it back down to 7. Now North Greenville wants to say that that ball actually went over the line. Over the net. Another service error for the Rams. And I think McManaway said that he wanted to have the challenge card. Of course, we don't have that instant replay here. 14-6 as the timeout is called. Rams down by 8 here in set 2. It's 14-6, North Greenville on top as the service ace just happens right out of the timeout. Tough one for Yanez. Well, for Bluefield, it's been tough to really combat against Jackson Gilbert. He already has 9 kills. The Rams already with 9 service errors of their own. Chipperini splitting the defense, kept alive somehow. Wow. 15-6 the score. Chipperini, he'll get another chance at it and try to break the Gatorade machine on the far end. 16-6. Bulldog down the line, missed. Yanez taken off. Here comes Lasharo Clark. Here's Chipperini. Ray Vance is talking with Yanez. A lot of these guys did not come into Bluefield just to play volleyball, and that already is a task for the first-year head coach. He has guys that are secondary volleyball players. Frankie, Carleek, Owens spinning around, found the ball over. Leary blocked, out of bounds. Well, the rally falls for Bluefield, and you're starting to see a little bit more momentum and excitement start to pile up for Bluefield. Chipperini will serve again. Straight over the net and too much for Benito. (16-9) now the score. Chipperini on a bit of a rally here for Bluefield. Campbell blocked. The ball just couldn't go over the net though. 17-19 or 17-9. Grayson Lawrence with a right hand. Frankie. Well, he had the one arm set and Carleek Owens just whiffed. As you move further on into the season, you're going to start to see that chemistry start to build. But right now, these guys are just learning how to play with each other. As Lawrence cranks one over the back line. Mazza checking back in. Here comes Ledur as well. He'll serve for the Rams. North Greenville is still very much in command. Bluefield has shown at times that they can rally. Ledur. Gilbert targeting the back line. Chipperini. Benito just with a touch. No whistle, kept alive, dunked by Clark. Leary lands the ball in, point Rams. And North Greenville thought that that ball actually hit the court. And that's going to bring out head coach Fred Battenfield. Benito thought he had the kill with just that little tip, and then it was somehow dug out with the fingertips. 18-11. Campbell. Well, down the line that time, another kill for Jackson Gilbert, now in double figures. Trying to get the rotation going as Jenkins jogs back out onto the court. Benito taking off, and he's going to the bench thinking, I had a kill. Everybody's smiling. They thought that ball was dead. Now just 6 away for North Greenville to take this one over at 2-0. Frankie. Once again, the just setup is not there for Bluefield. Ties the largest lead of the set at 9. Here comes Silas Jenkins once again. Frankie over to Mazza, and the 6'6" freshman anchors one in for Bluefield. Another whistle, and Benito will get another chance. Or rather, he's taken off. McManaway back on. No chance. Leary just sat there hoping for a dig, but the ball just about 2 inches in front of his hands. 21-12. And now Brandon Baker on for the first time, the 6'4" outside hitter from South Windsor, Connecticut. First serve for the freshman. Backward serve. Leary came in to pick up the pieces. Frankie. Clark. Well, just too much. Out of bounds. So the serve will stay with Brandon Baker. Service errors still piling up. Even with North Greenville 3 away, it's 22-13. On the first set, 25-18. Rams kept it a little bit more competitive. At one point, it was 16-13. Gilbert down the line. Was it in? No. Point Rams. So 2 straight points for Bluefield. Lasharo Clark back. Another young guy. So one of the taller players for Bluefield at 6'2", third tallest on the team. McManaway once again, he got it. The ball just comes so quick down like a hammer. Now it's 23-15, 14 rather. Yanez replacing Clark again for his serve for Jackson Gilbert. Already in double digits with his kills. Jumps into another serve. Frankie dunks the ball. Manaway, yes. Now set point for the Crusaders. Well, just about 45 minutes elapsed in this one. Crusaders could be up 2-0. Not just yet, though, another service error. Whistle and Carleek Owens returning with the neon green shoes. Here comes Cardamone with the serve. From the libero. Manaway ends it. Set 2 comfortably goes for North Greenville, 25-15. Headed to set 3 here at the Dome on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Set 3 coming up here at the Dome. An easy 2-0 for North Greenville, winning that last one 25-15. The chemistry really just not there for the Rams as of yet, which is something you can expect out of first-year head coach and a lot of players really playing their secondary sport here. Lucas Leder will serve out of the break to start out set 3. The first set a little bit more competitive, 25-18. Benito opens it up with a kill. A little bit of joking coming from the bench for the Crusaders because it looked like Benito had a kill early on and somehow was just dug out by Bluefield. North Greenville had already started to celebrate, hoping for a whistle. They just didn't get it. Set from Leder. Owens. Well, point falls once again. Folks, if you're watching now, be sure to tune in tomorrow for the men's and women's basketball games against Point University. Quality AAC conference matchups coming up here at the Dome. It's going to start out with a women's game as Corey Mullins and the Bluefield College Rams hope for possibly 4 games in a row as Leder tried to act like Ronaldo on that one, trying to go behind his back, but the ball just went straight over the net. Already 3-0. Ciparini couldn't find the ball in bounds. 4-0 start for North Greenville. On the men's side for basketball, hoping for a win. They lost last week to Truett McConnell, and these teams had a whole week off basically. Milligan, the game supposed to be on Tuesday, was actually canceled as Carleek Owens couldn't keep the ball in bounds once again. Frustration starting to amount for him. 5-0. Well, Richard Morgan in the house. Talking with athletic director Mike White. Ciparini with his forearm. Here's Leder. Cardamone. Ciparini. Point Rams. Now you're seeing some of the guys from the basketball team get excited. They have their manager out on the floor right now, and he's really been the bright spot for what has been a tough game for Bluefield. So straight off of the kill, he'll serve. Affectionately known as Berto to them. Jackson Gilbert just keeps the ball in the corner. Well, for North Greenville, they'll stay here in the 2 Virginias, going tomorrow to Charleston. Have a game against the University of Charleston. Get a little bit of break, and they're still on the road against Erskine College next Wednesday. Baker over the net with finesse, 7-1. Oh, Jarvis Benito. Frankie. Oh, a point for North Greenville on a double hit. Make that 8-1. After a really sort of competitive first set, the Rams have kind of skidded off as North Greenville warmed up in this one. They've cut down the service errors while the Rams have still not found the rhythm on those. The ball is dunked over once again by the Crusaders. 9-1 the score. Well, the Hawaiian with a serve and an ace. Frankie. Owens. And a good dig. Ciparini with a sliding effort. Here's Clark. Off the block, Point Rams. Bring some energy back into the building. Now it's 10-2. Bulldog. Gilbert, wow. No chance for Yanez. Between the velocity of Jackson Gilbert as well as Matthew McManaway, that's something that the Rams really could not combat here today. 9-point lead for the Crusaders over the Rams. Here's Baker. Clark couldn't keep the ball on the other side of the pole. 10-point lead now. You're just seeing it there. Bluefield still sort of guessing as to where each other is on the court rather than knowing firsthand. Clark blocked. Just hard to get it over the 6'7" middle blocker. Well, at 13-2, largest lead of the day. Leder. Frankie even has a setter trying for a kill, and he's blocked another point. That'll bring it on Arion Leary once again. Lasharo Clark taking off. Still for Bluefield, a win last night against Milligan College, 3-0 in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Chipperini, just too much. 15-2. Now North Greenville just making a stop here in Bluefield before going to Charleston, and total command now in set 3. 15-2, 13-point lead for the Crusaders. Welcome back to the Dome. 15-12 the score. North Greenville on top of the Rams, or 15-2 I should say. 13-point lead. Oh, Brandon Baker. Mazza trying to go down the line, and just been that type of night for the Rams. 16-2. Here's Baker. Setting up Leary. Point for the Rams. They're just trying to get some points here and there, maybe try to come back here, but if North Greenville is able to hang on, Rams just have to make it a little bit closer before their match coming up in a few days on the road against Cincinnati Christian. Here's Frankie. Here's Gilbert. Leary again. Another chance, but push the ball over the line. A 14-point deficit now. They're starting to mix it up. Silas Jenkins now is one of the guys setting up in the middle. And Matthew McManaway with all of that size, 6'7". Close to the net for Leder, and Mazza just missed it. 18-3, back in the rotation, and now the Bluefield native Andre Forey on. Grew up in Bluefield, Virginia, actually was homeschooled, now into the game on the line. Back for North Greenville, here's Jackson Gilbert. Hefty serve. Lofting the ball, back to Chipperini. Man away, wow. 19-3, 16-point lead now. Now just teeing up to the middle blocker. Leder. No chance for Leary, now just 5 away from a 3-set victory. Oh, whistle to make sure. Keep some of that North Greenville bench on the sideline. Oh, Gilbert. Just too much on the service error. And Bluefield gets their 4th point. (20-4), Arion Leary back to serve for the Rams. So this will likely put Bluefield at 1-1. Another win for North Greenville. That'll make it 2-3. Well, Dustin King was actually the libero early on in the game. So now Rajba's back in as that, and King setting up as an outside hitter. Ball over the line, point Rams. Man away. Yanez with the left arm. The haymaker kept the ball alive, but still couldn't keep it in. Or Chipperini, 21-5. That was funny, actually, after he swung that fist. He looked around, had no idea where the ball was. Serve for Rajba. Jenkins, Gilbert, just attacking the back line, make that 3 points away from a sweep. Well, if you're North Greenville, you come in here with a little bit of a confidence boost and still have some things to mop up on, just like those service errors. Bluefield starting to see where their weaknesses are as a team, but there were still some bright spots for the Rams tonight. 22-6 now the score, but Chipperini will be the target on the outside of the net for the Rams for most of the year. Service error for Leary. 2 away from match point. Matthew Hartberger. Chipperini with a kill, getting the basketball team off of the bench, but North Greenville tried to sell that they actually dug that ball out, but the officials don't fall for it. 23-7. Nine kills for Chipperini. There's an ace. You got to remember, Chipperini had 14 in the game. Another service error for the Rams. Now match point. 16-point deficit. North Greenville has just came in with all of the confidence, more athleticism, and Bluefield just might have to take this one to the drawing board and look at what happened. Snuck the ball over the net. North Greenville wins 25-8. And that will be it for this one. 3-0 Crusaders win over the Rams. Remember, basketball doubleheader here tomorrow, 2 o'clock at the Dome with Point University, and then right after that, right around 4 o'clock, the men's game will also ensue here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. My name is Bailey Engel, reminding you the final score. North Greenville wins 3-0.